Go get them, President Trump. Reduce that spending. We're behind you 1,000%. Well, he has. He has. 0.1% he's asking us to reduce. And I'm not saying senators shouldn't ask questions and make some changes if they need to be made, but here's the bottom line.
Guys, pay a lot of attention to the top one there.
It is gut check time. It is gut check time. You either believe in reducing spending or you don't. We're giving $3,600,000 to Haiti for pastry cooking classes, for cyber cafes,
right,
for dance focus groups, for male. President saying,
Jesus
I don't think so.
Christ,
I don't think that the American people support giving their hard-earned money to male in Haiti.
I agree.
So he's asking us to cut it out.
Okay, let's do that immediately.
He's asking us to reduce the budget by $833,000 because some of President Biden's bureaucrats gave a contract to transgender people, sex workers, and their clients in Nepal. So that's why I call it spending porn. Triggers your gag reflex.
Let's slow this down because this is definitely bigger than it looks consistently. Understand this here. In order to get bills passed occasionally, you have to basically pad the bill with unnecessary, random, literal, irrelevant nonsense, right? Just to get some of the other people to basically sign along with you. And what I mean by some of the random, irrelevant nonsense for some random small niche subgroup in the United States of America, it could basically be like, I don't know, Tibetan throat singing singers need like dance lessons or something crazy, ridiculous like that. Let's go ahead and throw $5 million at that. That's basically some of the literal nonsense. I'm exaggerating here, obviously, but that's some of the literal nonsense that has to be padded within a bill just to get some of the bills passed.
What does that mean? Well, we've got a $7 trillion budget, okay? I don't know how much of that $7 trillion is waste, but every fair-minded person would have to agree that there's some money being spent in that $7 trillion that shouldn't be spent.
Absolutely.
Just shouldn't.
Absolutely.
It's wasted money.
It's too much money.
And so President Trump and this Congress made one of its objectives trying to reduce spending. Not spending that we need to reduce, but spending that needs to be reduced. I call it spending porn. And the president has sent us a bill. He's saying to Congress, I want you to reduce spending in the current budget by $9.1 billion. And let me tell you what the spending, what constitutes the spending I want to reduce. Well, first, $9.1 billion out of a $7 trillion budget, we're not talking about a lot of money here. We're talking about 0.1%. That's all. That's point one. Point two, you need to look at what the president's asking us to cut out. I'll just give you a couple of examples. I didn't make this up. The president is saying we're giving $3 million to Iraq to produce Sesame Street. Maybe we could use that money for something else.
Yeah, maybe.
The president is saying we're giving $3 million to Zambia for circumcisions and vasectomies. The president's saying we don't need to do that.
Nah,
we've got
we're
other
good.
priorities. We're giving $500,000 to Rwanda to buy electric buses. The president is saying to us, Congress, we don't need to be spending the money on that. There are more important things. We're spending $67,000 to give insect powder to kids in Madagascar. I don't even know what insect powder is, but the president's asking us to cut it out. We're giving $3,600,000 to Haiti for pastry cooking classes, for cyber cafes, for dance focus groups, for male.
Fun stuff,
President
guys.
saying, I don't think so. I don't think that the American people support giving their hard-earned money to male in Haiti.
I don't even, guys, people buy those things.
So he's asking us to cut it out. He's asking us to reduce the budget by $833,000 because some of President Biden's bureaucrats gave a contract to transgender people, workers, and their clients in Nepal.
Why their
President's
clients?
saying, I don't want to do that. And he's right. That's
Right.
enough. You get the idea.
I get
That's
it.
why I call it spending porn. Triggers your gag reflex. You look at this stuff and you go, what in God's name? Who decided to do this? Well, Congress didn't. The bureaucrats did. It's money we appropriated, but we didn't tell them to go spend money, $833,000, and give to workers in Nepal. They just took the money we appropriated and used it for that.
Right.
And so the president is asking us to do what's called a rescission, to cancel the spending. Now, I have listened, I've been here 8 years, Mr. President, and I've listened to a whole bunch of people talk about the need to reduce spending. But you got to watch what people do, not what they say,
Absolutely.
because talk is cheap. And around here, I've learned pretty quickly that reducing spending, it's like going to heaven. I want to go to heaven. I bet you want to go to heaven, Mr. President. I bet our guests in the gallery want to go to heaven. But everybody wants to go to heaven. Raise your hand if you're ready to take the trip today. Most people, you are, sir, and I admire that. But most people want to live a little longer. And that's the way it is with reducing spending around here. I want to reduce spending. I support it, but not just yet, because I've got this project. Well, and I've listened to that. And I've especially listened to it for the past 100 days. Go get them, President Trump. Reduce that spending. We're behind you 1,000%. Well,
Also
he has.
backing this.
He has. 0.1% he's asking us to reduce. And I'm not saying senators shouldn't ask questions and make some changes if they need to be made, but here's the bottom line. It is gut check time. It is gut check time. You either believe in reducing spending or you don't. And if you talk the game and say, let's reduce spending, and you vote against this bill, in my opinion, you ought to hide your head in a bag. Because you will be able to cut the hypocrisy with a knife. It's real, real hard, Mr. President, to preach temperance from a bar stool. It's gut check time. We need to pass this bill.
Some people get into politics for absolutely nefarious reasons. Let's just be completely honest here. It's not so much the civic duty of the person that's doing it any longer. Not really. Okay? Let's just be completely honest here. A lot of people get into politics for the sole purpose of getting absolutely wealthy. All right. And now how much of the money that is basically being appropriated for some of these things here, like, guys, I don't even know how you need $4 million for pastry cooking classes and cyber cafes. What's the purpose of this here, guys? I'm thoroughly confused. Dance focus groups for the men who sell their, what are they, guys, I don't even want to think about what they're selling. I'm thoroughly confused here. Imagine what the kickbacks are in these realms. Like, I mean, is the person that you're paying the $3.6 million, like, is it a family member and you're getting a kickback from it or something? Is this how some of these people are going in with salaries that are like $80,000 to $100,000 and out of nowhere in a couple of years they're starting to be worth, I don't know, $32 million, $50 million? Is that what happens here, guys? I don't know. I don't want to be too conspiratorial here, but like, I don't trust nothing I see or hear. But yeah, we're wasting money. Absolutely. In fact, and Doge, I think, was probably one of the greatest ideas we could possibly think of. Guys, I am incredibly fiscally conservative. Incredibly. I do not like waste. I don't like giving money to other places. Understand this here. All right. And this feels like that. It feels like someone padded a bill for us to give money to someone in some random foreign country that most people have probably never heard of. Okay. Understand this here. For the sole purpose of lining someone's pockets. These causes are ridiculous. Why are we spending money on that? If the country wants to spend money that these are in for that thing, do your thing. That's not our business, right? But as long as we are paying a stupid amount of taxes regularly, why are we funding programs that the majority of America does not care about? Take a vote on the pastry classes for the men who sell themselves. Okay, take a vote on that. Let's see how many Americans actually want that. Okay, like, or is this one of these like random fraud type of things that are, you know, similar to what's going on in Minnesota right now? I don't know. I have so many questions, guys. I mean, this is a wild one. Why are we giving money to anyone who sells themselves? Aren't they making money? That was too much. You guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. This is waste. We need to stop all waste. Period.